Skipping down the sidewalk the other day, got my phone in my hand with my tunes on play. Looking in my wallet app to see if I wanna buy any more BTC. Bitcoin. I'm checking out Bitcoin market prices. Apple don't want it on their devices. Governments, they don't understand it. That's just how Satoshi planned it. Like the central bank, they don't know what to think. They wanna control it, but they don't own it. Now they control, we stole it. Wish I knew who to thank for making me my own bank. Satoshi Nakamoto, a real life superhero. This is Satoshi's gift to the world. This is Satoshi's gift to the world. If you have some BTC, please send it to my public key so I can use my private to release the coins inside it. Bitcoin, blockchain, Bitcoin. Liberated money was not an option up until Bitcoin's mass adoption. No more money for wars and evil. Bitcoin by and for the people. Bitcoin, blockchain, Bitcoin. Just like the central bank, they don't know what to think. They wanna control it, but they don't own it. Now they control, we stole it. Wish
I got my money working for me.
Hey, I got a question for you.
I'm on the daily grind, I'm taking care of work, I'm getting paid today, I'm doing things to make it right.
Is your money working for you, or are you working for money?
It's the life, it's the life I lead.
I got my money working for me.
Welcome to the Crypto Lifestyle, the lifestyle where your money works for you instead of you working for that money. And in today's live stream, ladies and gentlemen, I will be conducting an interview with DeepCloud AI, in particular CEO Max Rai and project manager Derin Karim. But before I get on with the interview, guys, if you have not done so already, don't forget to kindly smash that like button and smash that subscribe button. You know, I always try to bring you guys the latest of the latest, and this interview with DeepCloud AI is no different. Now, that being said, I have to say a small disclaimer. I am by no means, by no stretch of the imagination, a financial advisor. I am strictly a crypto fanatic who loves investing into cryptocurrencies. So please do your own homework and your own due diligence. Now, with that boring stuff out the way, let's get on with the interview. So Max, Derin, first of all, thank you guys for joining the live stream and doing this interview and making this happen. I think we should start off by officially introducing yourselves to the audience. And maybe Max, in particular, you could talk a bit about your background and how you got into the blockchain space.
Great, and thank you very much, Crypto Lifestyle, for inviting us. This is actually a wonderful opportunity for us to be able to share the updates. I have been in the tech space for almost 20 years. Prior to this, I was a CEO of another tech company for over 10 years, implementing cloud solutions and tech for Fortune 500 companies. So that's how my involvement in tech is. About 2 or 3 years ago, I've been involved in crypto and blockchain, and about a year ago, we started this project. Very passionate about it, and our CTO and I teamed up, put together a solid team, and started working on this. And it's actually amazing just how much progress we've made in that short period of time compared to a lot of the other folks that are out there.
Nice. Yeah. I know, Derin, if you would want to probably officially just introduce yourself to the audience.
Yeah, thanks, Crypto Lifestyle, for having us here. And yeah, like you said, I'm Derin Karim, project manager of DeepCloud AI. So I'm actually leading the project and communicating with the whole. Since we are actually in 3 different continents, yeah, you know, like a project director needs to do, right? So
Yeah.
like a deep transfer project who's launched a few days ago,
Right.
and we are very proud to see such thing in the blockchain space going live actually. So
Nice.
yeah, thanks.
Good stuff. Yeah, we actually contacted each other. Well, we touched base with each other a few months ago, and I figured this would have been a great opportunity to show everybody the latest updates. So, guys, basically, we're going to conduct the interview in this fashion, where we will talk about the the basic questions about DeepCloud AI for for the people who have never heard of DeepCloud AI, and then from there we're going to get to some really cool, exciting stuff like the latest developments, the updates, and what the team is currently working on now. Okay, is that fair enough?
Great.
Yeah, sounds great.
Okay, so that being said, guys, what exactly is DeepCloud AI?
DeepCloud AI, we are building the next generation of decentralized cloud computing. Now that means computation and other resources as well, like storage. So we're able to do more than just computation, but cloud computing in general, if you look at AWS and Google Cloud, they're able to do all those as well. So that is primarily what we're working on. The decentralized part of it makes it where everybody in the community can contribute to it, and they can earn money, tokens, and so forth, and they are able to be a part of that profit sharing when it comes to providing resources.
Right, nice, interesting. So that kind of leads up to my next question, because I think a lot of people that are not too familiar or fully understand cloud computing, they don't know the difference between cloud storage and cloud computing. I know, could you just differentiate the two, please?
Sure. Cloud storage is basically like Dropbox or so forth, where you're able to just back up stored files and data online somewhere off premises. The computation is more required for running computations, job sites, ML, like machine learning algorithms, or a lot of the other processes that you want to run out on the cloud on your local computer. Many times they are workloads for enterprises that they normally run. This is something that it's become really big in space and very profitable.
Right. Nice. That's a nice breakdown there. Okay, so this is going to be a question that I think most people will probably ask a CEO that's coming into a cloud computing space in particular. So how do you plan on, say, challenging... Okay, well, first of all, how is your decentralized cloud computing infrastructure different to a centralized cloud computing infrastructure, like the Amazons of the world, the Microsofts of the world, the Googles of the world? Yeah, how is that different?
Sure. We are very decentralized in a way where AWS and Google Cloud and a number of others centralized. They have a set number of data centers, and if those data centers go down or get hacked and so forth, they're very vulnerable.
Right.
With ours, we have thousands of nodes, and as we continue moving forward to get more people on the network. It's the community. It's the community that's providing the resources, and that also helps in a way where nothing is stored in just one particular server.
Nice, absolutely.
Yeah, and adding to that, like these solutions which AWS and Google Cloud and Azure are offering are not suitable for building decentralized peer-to-peer and IoT applications, which actually have the requirements for computing resources running close to the edge device itself. So that's where actually DeepCloud AI is a strong selling point.
Right, that makes sense. Did you want to touch up on that, Max? Yeah.
Yeah, well, and he's really highlighting one of the main features with our cloud that's very different than some of the other clouds that are out there, or even decentralized clouds that are out there. Is that we have AI engines where we're able to match up resources very close to the dApps or the enterprises or whatever company is actually using our resources.
Right.
We're actually able to give them a competitive edge for anybody else that's out there. Even AWS and Google Cloud, they can have massive servers, but we're still able to provide them the AI resources that are very close to the edge and reduce latency because they're very close to each other.
Right, right. That's very cool. And like I like what you said there because these Amazons and Microsofts, they don't have a community, and community goes a long, long way, right? I guess they got more customers than a community, right? So I like that, definitely like that, the decentralized aspect.
Yeah, that's right. Since their main focus is actually on enterprise itself.
Right, right. Okay, so since we're speaking about Amazon, guys, I think, to be fair, it's a challenge, right? To get, say, maybe other companies or enterprises that are already using Amazon's cloud service, right? Do you guys see this as a challenge? And if so, how do you plan on tackling these challenges?
Yes, it is a challenge. It's a major challenge. These guys are powerhouses. They have been in the industry for quite a bit of time. And they're not the only players. There's other smaller clouds that are out there as well that are also trying to make a big same market share. So one of the things that I can tell you, what we bring in from the traditional world, we've been running hundreds of of client interviews with people who currently use AWS, Google Cloud, and several others as well, to understand their pain points, understand their problems, and trying to fine-tune our system so we can make it as appealing as possible. So one of the things that we're doing right now is putting together certain solutions that the other clouds are not able to provide. We're able to do things for a lot cheaper. We're even able to work together. There's a few clients that we're piloting with that are using AWS and will concurrently use DeepCloud as well. At the same time, for some of their jobs, and the transition over slowly. I had a conversation yesterday with somebody who works for Google Cloud, and even they're having difficulty pulling people away from AWS. So you're right about this. It is very difficult to pull people out from an entrenched environment, and we have to think out of the box. When we're talking about picking up some of these clients from the enterprise space.
Absolutely. I think the main problem is the public isn't too aware or educated on the power of decentralization, right? So if they educate themselves on this, I think they would see, the smoke will clear and they will get it. So that'll be an easier way for them to kind of transition into a decentralized platform such as yourself, or sort of infrastructure rather, right?
Yeah, that's right. So there are two actually main challenges for the regular customers, like the users. First of all, not all of them don't know what actually cloud computing is and what the possibilities and solutions for cloud computing can provide. Another thing is the blockchain itself. Like, why are you guys actually using the blockchain? So these are two challenges we need to face, and we need to teach and bring over to these customers to learn about these two big technologies who can change the world actually, and change the enterprises and themselves.
Absolutely, absolutely. Hey, I'm doing my job. That's why I have my YouTube channel about cryptocurrency, right? So I'm pitching in.
That's right.
I'm one step closer to heaven, right?
Thanks. We appreciate that.
Yeah. Okay, so guys, so I get it. The centralized cloud computing infrastructures, the challenges with Amazon. But how about in regards to your competitors that are also decentralized, right? So correct me if I'm wrong, because I may be wrong, so correct me. But I believe what separates DeepCloudAi from its competitors that are also decentralized in the cloud computing, category on the blockchain is your AI capabilities. And if that's the case, if I'm right, please, could you sort of express to the viewers what's the benefits of having AI when it comes to cloud computing? Yeah.
Sure. Let me explain. If you look at the tech space and look at Silicon Valley, it in itself is almost a core part of every project that's out there. Every new project that's coming out, AI and ML is a big part of it. So when we did this project from the ground up, we wanted to make sure that we integrated not just AI, but deep learning as a part of our infrastructure in our system. And the AI part of what we do really sets us up for what we believe the future of cloud is going to be coming up, which is going to be AI processing at the edge and being able to provide resources with a low latency. And that basically means when somebody like yourself hooks up resources with your laptop where you're not using it, and you're paired up with somebody who needs your resources as close as possible. And that's what the AI engine really does, is it's able to look at a grid of thousands of nodes that are out there and look at the enterprises and the dApps that need those resources and pair them up as close as possible. That's really important when it comes to where things are heading. That's one of the main features of our cloud itself. Aside from the technology, what makes it different is really our go-to-market strategy and how we are actually implementing our cloud, our business strategies, how we're going to push this, and I think we can go into deep transfer and some of the other things that we're working on that we're going to be pushing out there.
Nice, nice. I like what I hear. That's fair. Let me just take a quick glance. So if you guys see me looking here or down, I'm just looking at the chat box, so please don't get distracted by that, gentlemen. So in the chat here, we got him saying, Gagan says, why so much delay? Please construct sales earlier. Okay, we'll get to that question in a second, Gagan. So he's talking about, I believe, the public sale, maybe. I'm not too sure. Could you correct me if I'm wrong? Country Crypto Boy says, what's up? Hello, thanks for joining. So let's go on to the next one here, guys. So basically, they got a lot of projects out there in this crypto space. A lot of ICOs coming out, man. A lot, okay? It's overwhelming. And, a lot of these guys are just white paper projects. So my question to you is, do you have a prototype?
I'm going to tell you, we're way past prototype.
Nice.
We are way past prototype. Our fabric has been built out. We've tested heavily over the last few months. We have quite a few Linux-based nodes that are on now, and we are really working towards our Windows software client. That's going to be huge. That is basically something that allows everybody in the community to start jumping on and start providing resources and earning tokens that are going to be worth it. So that's a big part of what we're doing.
That's right.
Absolutely, absolutely. That's awesome. So there is a video, I believe, a quick little short video on your prototype. I don't know if that's if it's updated or what, but we'll get into the latest stuff real soon. So let me just ask you this question here. So there's a lot of copycats out there, right? I don't know if you guys have any sort of plan to implement to protect yourself, maybe getting a patent or something like that, because your tech sounds very, very cool. And if I was a competitor, hey, I'll be like, hey, we better get some of that too. You know what I mean? So make our own version. Do you guys plan on getting a patent, or?
We've actually already been in works with that for months. So we have tech attorneys that we've been working with, and our CTO has directly been working with them to get everything patented. So we have some patents that are pending at the moment.
Okay, nice. You guys are got the ball rolling there, ahead of the game. Thinking forward thinking.
It's really interesting because a lot of the folks in this space don't come from a business environment, so they forget to do some of the basic boring things, like in regards to the IP, intellectual property, that is, and protect themselves. Right from day one, we have our name trademark globally. We have patent pending. So a lot of the boring stuff legally that a lot of these companies forget to do, we want to make sure we get that out of the way day one.
Okay, fair enough. Let me just take a glimpse at the chat here. So Okri Divine says 10 partnerships in the pipeline, also a strategic advisor joining soon. Who are your partners? Yeah, so I don't know if you guys want to answer his question there. He's just asking about your partners.
Yeah, sure. We can answer it. Like we already have indeed partnerships with some enterprises which we are adopting our services on, and actually on our site DeepCloudAi.com you can check out the enterprise partner list. Some of them are TotalPay, ASEC TV, Daylet, UNL. So you can check out like DeepCloudAi.com. We got a lot of partnerships and even more partnerships coming up. Since we our main focus is also going to Europe very soon. So we got Asia, Europe, and America. So that's really set. And we are rolling out our CRM program very soon in Europe as well. So yeah, very excited for that. And indeed, we will release a new advisor, a very good one, very soon. So that's just a little tease.
Nice. So he's done his homework though, because he mentioned the advisor. So since we're speaking about partnerships right now, I know one of your biggest partnership is Nebulous. Hey, by the way, big shout out to Nebulous. That's a top 100 crypto right there, guys. So, I don't know what you guys got in store with them. Are you going to be working with their dApps, or like how does that partnership work?
Sure. That's a very strategic partnership, not just because it's a good company. Their technology is very solid. They are one of the best blockchain projects that are out there when it comes down to the tech, and they're very scalable when it comes to the business side because they are JavaScript based. So it's easier to scale up with developers. We are actually going to be working with all of their high value dApps that are out there and working to onboard them onto DeepCloud itself. That's one thing that we're doing, and we are also concurrently working with them as we release the Deep Chain in Q1.
Right. So does Nebula specialize in they're going to be helping you guys with the artificial intelligence side of things? Is that correct or no?
It's going to be vice versa. So we will be definitely sharing some of AI resources with them.
Right.
And definitely working on making sure that we can bring on and help out any of the new dApps that they have in store.
Nice, nice. So just to Max, your video picture is still, but that's okay. We can still hear you fine, so you don't have to bother fixing that. So now we're going to get to something really, really exciting. So this is the exciting stuff in my opinion. So it has come to my attention that your first market product has recently launched, called the Deep Transfer. Okay, guys. So can you just please explain to everybody what exactly is Deep Transfer and put it into perspective also, because we could talk these big tech stuff and break it down, but some viewers, like the average guy, doesn't understand this sort of lingo, so to speak. So if you could give them to put into perspective, give them a real world application for Deep Transfer.
This is very exciting, guys. Very exciting because we see, it's just low-hanging fruit. We see so many projects, and we don't really have anything real out there. So we decided to build something that's very simple, something that almost everybody uses on a daily basis, out into the marketplace, and something that's built on top of our DeepCloud fabric. You can see just how robust and how great DeepCloud already is. And what Deep Transfer does is you're able to transfer massive files with the free versions of 3 gigabytes and the paid version up to 30 gigabytes at a time, which is great. And we've already have it in use for a few enterprises. All of our partnerships are using it already.
Nice.
So it's a great product. And when you talk about use case, you're talking about anytime you have a movie, a home video, or anything that's big, that's 2 gigabytes or 3 gigabytes you want to just send over to somebody else, or even to yourself. You just go to the website deeptransfer.net. You add your file and you hit send. That's awesome.
It. Yeah, it's the user interface.
Yeah,
that's right. And sorry, Derin, go ahead.
Yeah, that's right. I wanted to add to that. Like I'm very proud of what we achieved in such a short time. Already a working product in the market, and in like almost 5 days, we got 480 plus people using.
Wow.
Deep transfer actually. So 480 times is already used. That's a huge number for such a product on a scale actually. So, and we are still developing, still rolling out the new features, and so you should be looking out for these kind of things. So we are really excited and happy to announce these services, and more to come, to be honest. Like this actually, Deep Transfer is it's an innovative blockchain-based file sharing service on the DeepCloud AI ecosystem, and the blockchain part is what's very unique actually. So there's where the audit trail, the security, all these safety issues are getting through the blockchain itself, and without the third parties like peer-to-peer, and that's what's make it a real powerful service actually.
Absolutely. So now I can see what you guys were referring to when you said we are far beyond a prototype. You actually have a live product in the market, and that's amazing stuff, especially for a new startup company like yourself, guys. So congratulations on that. Let me just take a quick look at the chat box here. Okay, we asked that. Yeah, we asked that. So somebody's asking here, do you guys plan on doing marketing anytime soon, like a marketing campaign, so to speak?
Absolutely. Let me just jump in and let you know, Marketing, we are looking at what really matters in marketing. Are we going to basically shill within the community and try to get the own blockchain community pumped up, or are we going to really focus on the general marketplace? And that's really where we're trying to figure out what's the most valuable thing for us.
Right.
So tomorrow we actually have somebody coming onto the team, which is Monday, that's coming over from Skyscanner, really big growth folks there, and that's going to be helping us push out some of our products into the marketplace and really start building a base, not just blockchain folks, but non-blockchain based people into our product. So this is very important for us because we believe if we're going to grow, we have to reach out and get everybody out there for the mass adoption.
Absolutely, absolutely, Max. I like what I hear there. You guys are definitely going to work, and people could talk about this, but when you actually release market products, you're proving it, right? So I like what I hear so far. So this brings me to the other major exciting stuff for you guys, okay? Once again, correct me if I'm wrong, because I'm not too sure if this was part of the plan or the roadmap at the initial launch of your ICO, but I'm hearing talks about Deep Chain, your own blockchain. Please drop some knowledge on us right now. What is Deep Chain?
That's right. That's right. Initially, when we first started, Nebulous was it. We did not see the need to build our own chain at that time. We started building out our products and so forth, and as we got further along, we've decided that there's some things that we need to address. That some of the governments that we are working with the government of Mexico, and some of the other enterprises. They have different needs and different consensus needs. Some of them will work fine with 20 to 30 master nodes. The other ones will require a lot more, bigger projects. So we had to really make this where transaction costs are very, very low for IoT devices and things that are private for some of the government stuff. So we decided that we're going to build something out ourselves. CTO will be hard at work, and if you've seen her quality of work with the other stuff, you definitely can be sure that we'll have one of the best chains on the market.
Yes, no, I like that, man. Well, this is gonna really be my next question, but to kind of piggyback on you for a bit there. I mean, you must have quite the dev team to make this sort of drastic changes. I mean, to just say, hey, we're gonna make our own blockchain now. Oh, we're gonna have deep transfer. You know what I mean? That's pretty cool. Your tech team must be pretty advanced. So that brings me to my next question. Are you bringing on more developers to this, to develop your blockchain?
Actually, we've cut down on developers. We had up to 24 developers at one time, and we've cut down to 15 because the bulk of our work is actually done. So the DeepCloud Fabric is actually already finished, and now we're looking at focusing on certain products that we're going to be building on top of our Fabric, DeepCloud AI Fabric. And building out the client windows that we're really working on. So we have a big team, and our team is some of the best in Silicon Valley. So we're not worried about that, and we really don't need to add on that many more people for this project.
Very interesting, very interesting. I believe one of your core developers, is it Greta or Gita?
Gita is our Chief Technology Officer, yes, that's right.
Okay, yes, yeah. I remember when I did my review on you guys months ago, she stood out. I looked at her LinkedIn profile, very impressive stuff. So you're doing a good job, Gita. So this goes on to my next question, guys. So there's a big blockchain and IoT expo coming up every year, I believe. I was there last year in November at Silicon Valley. I'm curious to know, well, first of all, I would love to, if you guys are going to be there, I would have loved to have been there in person myself, but I can't make it this year. But are you guys going to be attending this big event in Silicon Valley?
It is the biggest in the world. All the biggest names are going to be there, and these people, as you know, they're not blockchain people. We're talking about GE, Walmart, all the biggest names even government officials. All the main general tech folks are going to be there. That's what's really important. We want to not just get the attention from the blockchain space, but also get it from the real world.
Absolutely.
We're going to be one of the speakers there. So we will have a speaker position in two different areas, one in AI and the other one in cloud computing, decentralized cloud computing. And we're also going to have a booth. We will have a booth, and if any of you are in Silicon Valley, please and check us out, because we're actually going to be demoing AI processing at the edge with an IoT device that's working with our cloud. That's huge, and we want to make sure that every big player in the industry can see what we can really do in this blockchain space.
Agreed. So for the viewers watching, we got 18 people watching now. Could you let them know what exactly is IoT if they have not heard of that before? And how could that work with your... Yeah. Go ahead.
Sure. Internet of Things is anything aside from a computer, laptop, or phone that's actually connected to the internet. We're talking about sensors, cameras that are IP cameras that are doing any type of facial recognition. We're talking about any kind of devices that some of these enterprises are using in their stores, like smart shelves, or sensors out in the field, like cars, vehicles. They're all Internet of Things devices. For them to be able to work properly, you want to make sure you have low latency. All the aspects of what DeepCloud AI is actually building is geared for those type of devices.
Right. Thank you for that explanation. Okay, so we're going to get more into the investing side of things because, at the end of the day, my audience, we are investors. So let's get right to that. So first things first, your hard cap. What is your hard cap set at?
Our hard cap is 15 million.
Wow. That's pretty good. From an investing standpoint, we always like to look for something that's 20, 25 million, 30 million the most, but 15 million definitely gives investors room to grow and, to make some profits here. So that,
especially in a space like this where some of the competitors are pushing 100 million to 200 million now. And many of them, and it's crazy, and many of them don't really have anything to really show.
Exactly.
Nobody seems to be at this level yet. However, we believe we have to not just do this with a budget that we need. We don't want to overvaluate ourselves. We don't want to. We need to. If we're going to raise more money in the future at some point, we have to justify it to the community, but to ourselves. So that's a big part of what we're doing.
Right. No.
That's right. And to be honest with you, the old days are over. Like ICOs for 100 mil plus, whatever, and just having a white paper, not a working product or whatever. Those days, I think, are almost over. Like no one's going in just some kind of ID on a paper, right? And they have to see some kind of working product. They have to see some development and progress. And in our case, it's almost a reverse ICO. We are already having a working product and a service and a real product like Deep Transfer and more coming up. And still our public sale is not held. We came to that point later, I know that. But you see here the difference between actually the proper ICOs or project like us and the ones who are quiet after they raise their funds actually. So 50 million is what we think we need to achieve our goals and the goals of the project.
Yes.
And not what we think this company is worth.
Right.
So that's the big difference.
Right. Lovely. Said lovely, man. Okay, so per token, the ticker, by the way, for everyone who is watching and who will watch this once it's posted, the ticker is DEEP, D-E-E-P. How much is it for one token?
25 cents.
25 cents. And is this pegged to Ethereum or is it just USD? Like the...
No, it's pegged to USD.
Oh, to USD. Okay, cool. Good stuff.
Yeah, that's right. So it's pegged to USD. And we have a bonus up to 25%. That depends on how much strategic value you can add to our project. So,
So for the pre-sale...
That's for the private sales.
Oh, the private sale, right. So the pre-sale sale just ended a few months ago, correct? And how much was that bonus in the pre-sale? If you guys have that
it's up to 10% for the pre-sale.
Oh,
that's right.
Okay. Yeah, so anybody wants to invest into the public... No, go ahead.
Yeah, we really wanted to make sure, the big thing is we really want to make sure that none of the investors down the line get dumped on. Exactly. You guys all know this entire industry. Some of the projects, they give out crazy bonuses, and it really hurts the people at the who are holding the bags at the end. The regular crypto folks out there, and that's not fair. So at the same time, we have to give some bonuses to make sure that we get some VCs and some strong people behind you. You have to do it in a fair way. And if you have a solid project, you have something really great, you should be able to do that.
Exactly. So, like, ICO investors, they're becoming very clever now, and they know, like exactly what you just alluded to. They want to know what was the bonus from the previous sale. So, you know what I mean? Somebody's 3x might be somebody's 10x, and they don't want to get dumped on. So I'm glad to hear 10% is, guys, it's not much of an advantage at all. So, if you're interested in this, the public sale is coming up. You are still at an advantage yourself because these guys already have a live product. And we'll get to the other fact what I'm going to say in the conclusion there. But let me just take a look at the chat box very quickly here. So Juanita Rondon asks, where is the headquarters based? Where is your official office?
We're in Singapore, and that's where I am right now, working with our marketing team and working with our executive team to roll things out.
Okay, Singapore. Any particular reason why Singapore?
Singapore is basically the place to be if you're going to be in blockchain project. Singapore is in Asia; it's the biggest place, and obviously with the SEC being in the U.S., it's not the U.S. isn't very conducive to doing blockchain-based projects right now. However, some of our tech team is in Silicon Valley. That's where our chief technology officer is, and if you guys know Derin, Derin is actually in Netherlands with his team over there. So we're very global. We're very strategic in where we're going to be implementing our products. It's going to be these three different markets: Netherlands, Singapore, and North America, where we're going to be releasing and rolling out all the marketing for our product.
Nice, nice. Yeah, I keep hearing that Singapore is definitely a hub for blockchain startups for sure. So that makes sense to me. So this is the last question, and it's a very important question of that. So your ICO was postponed to Q1 of 2019. Can you please, tell the community why this decision was made? I know some are for it and some aren't. Maybe you could elaborate some more on this.
Yeah, I'll go first. I'm sure Derin can chime in as well afterwards. We really don't want to hold a sale right now and have it hit the exchanges, because we have been in talks with several exchanges, and you obviously know we can't name all the exchanges and so forth. However, once we hit the exchanges, we do not want to put our investors in a situation where the entire market's down right now, including Bitcoin and all the rest of the tokens that are out there, and actually hit, have our tokens be majorly at the same time. So we really want to wait until the market is really on its way up. We can get the timing just right, so all of us can do well at the same time.
Perfect.
That's right. And if you check out other projects like Sovereign and Certic, and I thought there was a list of 12 ICOs in the month July and August who got postponed like a half year. So these are the main reasons, and also a bit of our advisors who advised us actually to postpone our crowd sale to a better market condition. So that's actually the reason of this whole. But still, the private sale is still going on.
Mm-hmm. What's that?
Yeah, even some of the best projects. Yeah, even some of the best projects out there right now, the top project, they're all getting hit hard. You guys know some of them are down 90%.
Yes.
It's a bloodbath out there, and we don't want to be jumping in that bloodbath at this moment. We need to just keep our heads down, focus on development, and show our entire community something amazing.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I totally agree. I'll get to my conclusion in a sec. Let me take a quick glimpse at the chat here. Any other questions? If anybody wants to ask something else, this is your time, your opportunity to do so. Okay, so we'll get to that. So look, this is what I have to say about your decision. So I personally think postponing the sale is a better approach because, as you just alluded to, the markets right now are brutal. 99% of these ICOs are just absolutely flopping, right? So launching next year is better for two reasons, okay? Number one, you're going to be launching when you already have a first market product in Deep Transfer, okay? Number two, next year, when the public sale launches, it's going to be right before or right around when Deep Chain launches. So I think that would give investors a better ROI, say next year, opposed to next week. Okay, and you guys are working hard behind the scenes on this marketing stuff. I mean, your marketing is proof in the pudding with your Deep Transfer product. Okay, that's your marketing. That's the proof. You guys have a real product out there. It's live. So in my opinion, you know, investors, what we care about, especially my audience who are very smart people, we care about you know, productivity, we care about execution and delivery. So you guys have shown us that, and I'm all for it. You have my full support. Take your time, keep doing your thing, guys. Keep delivering to the people, because that's what we care about at the end of the day, right? So yeah, that's all I got to say about that, man.
Thank you,
man.
Thank you for the huge
We
support.
appreciate the support. Yeah, we appreciate the community. We appreciate the support. We are not afraid of the tough questions, and that's why. Because if you're doing what you're supposed to do, showing everyone something amazing, then you don't have anything to worry about.
Exactly, exactly. So I think that ends it here. I don't know if you guys would like to just leave anybody with some final thoughts, or I think we covered up everything, but the floor is yours if you want to tell the people anything at all. Max, this is your opportunity to do so.
We have another great advisor from the business world that's going to be coming on board, so stay tuned for that.
Nice.
I think this is and as you guys know, every advisor that we have, they are very, very talented and best in the industry.
Right, right, yeah. No, absolutely. Your advisory board is definitely impressive. Yeah. Okay, so I think
Derin?
yeah. Oh, Derin, go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, actually, yeah, thanks. Yeah, keep our channels closely in touch, because we will roll out some big newses, and also like the advisors, the new guy from Skyscanner, and the Windows client and stuff for DeepCloud AI services. Yeah, so we have a lot of work to do, and we are working very hard. So we can't sit still, and it's 24/7 crypto. So keep our things in touch, to be honest. And yeah, thanks for the community, of course. We are supporting us.
I like it. Hey, actually, we're not done as yet. I got one more thing for you guys. You guys got to do this, okay? I need you to say this. It's the crypto lifestyle, baby.
It's a crypto lifestyle, baby.
That's what we're
lifestyle, baby.
That's what we're talking about. So there you have it, guys. We just concluded the interview with Max Rice, CEO of DeepCloud AI, and project manager Derin Karim. So you know what? There ain't really much left to say other than until the next video, you're on your own. Later.
My money work for me.
Wherever I go, it just goes with me. Crypto life is the life I lead.